All right, we're keeping tradition. Tradition. I did this last year, making sure this is the right microphone. There we go. So last year, you know, I was out until pretty late. I almost missed doing it last year, but I think we had like 4 to 6 minutes left until the new year, and I wanted to kind of recreate that this year, um, at least as much as I possibly can. Um, this is gonna be my first new year without my dad, because he's not really on the earth anymore. Um, I mean, 5 minutes, it's a whole nother year. Where did time go? It still feels like 2021. Feels like a crime. Feels like time itself shouldn't be allowed to move. Then again, you know, what good would it do if it didn't move? I mean, if we never thought of the concept of, number time, then we wouldn't have to be so worried about everything all the time, right? Because, I mean, everything's really about time all the time. I think we all could use a little break. Especially after what's happened the last 3 years. People have gotten antisocial. Social media has kind of screwed over society. Um, and that continues to happen, and it's probably going to keep happening until forever from now. I mean, it's only 2023. The effects could last until like 2050 or later. Then again, that's just a prediction. God, I still remember New Year 2019. It felt so weird. I was also 3 hours behind this at that point. I hadn't moved yet. I was still pretty happy with my life. And I am still pretty happy with my life, but now it's just not as great as it used to be. When I was younger, I feel like I was able to just be myself more. I mean, I was like, what, 9? I had went through my first loss of an ancestor that I was able to comprehend. It was my grandma. We had a really close relationship. And, in the years following, it wasn't terrible. I was still, I wasn't depressed about it. I was glad she was in a better place, But it was disheartening at the time, and still kind of is. I do miss her, but by this point, I have gotten over whatever I was going through then, and now, my dad went a few months ago. It was July 22nd. I have 30 seconds left. So on July 22nd, my friend and I were just, at a lake, and my grandpa was going to take us on a boat, but we never ended up going. and that was the last day I would ever, you know, it's the last day I'd ever hear about my. No, that's. Oh, it's 2024. It's not 2024. No, it's not. It's not. No. 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 It's not 2024. Anyway, finishing my story. I forget where I was at. I think I was at the part where my friend and I were at the lake or something. So we never ended up, going on the boat. So after that, went to we went to my aunt's campsite that she was at that day, and we hung out there for a little bit. I was playing on my phone because I had nothing better to do. Not, I was building a GD level because I hadn't gotten into music by that point. I was just playing guitar, and I wasn't very great at the time. My dad did get to see me play a couple times before he went, but we got back home that day, and my friend and I and my sister were swimming in the pool afterwards, and then we kind of came back inside. Sorry if there's long pauses. This is kind of a story and a half for me to try and tell. We came back inside after we were done. Obviously dried off, got showered, stuff like that. Did general stuff that you do after going in water in general. And then, my mom's just kind of in her room, and I was told that we thought someone died or something, and I was confused. I was like, I was hoping, I wasn't hoping it was anybody, I was, I don't know. Weird thing is, when my dad was still here, I always just had a strange feeling that, it was not doing well. Little did I know that just a few months after that, it wouldn't be here anymore. So later that night, I go to my grandpa's and sit on the couch, and my mom tells me my dad died. And we were there for 20 minutes or so. We were on the phone with one of my uncles. And Then we went home. It had to have been like 8 or 9 at night. And I couldn't think straight. Because I didn't know what to think. I couldn't feel anything, you know? And after that, I just kind of had to live my life more. I mean, I couldn't do anything else. You know, later that night, my family was texting me and saying they were sorry about my loss. I just it affected me for several months after. Not several, it was more like a few. That was mostly 1 or 2. But August and September kind of were pretty hard months. I mean, god dang it. The last contact I had with my dad on the phone was May. I just didn't want to call him while he was busy, you know? I knew he wouldn't get mad. I just didn't want to interrupt him, you know? God, what a mistake that was. Now, here we are. It's 6.5 months short of a year since I've seen my dad, since he was on the earth. It was on a Saturday, too. And I remember how when I was younger, we did back and forth weekends because my parents weren't together for my whole life. Now that's something I could only dream of. My dad died a week before his birthday, too. He was 34. And now I'm never gonna see him again. Anyway, it's probably about time I end the video. I hope you enjoyed the story, I guess. Thank you for watching all the way through if you did. I know hearing someone stutter half of their story is kind of hard to listen to. So thank you. And Happy New Year. 2024. Yay.